In the last few months, we've seen the Sword and Shield alternate art Pokemon cards climbing in value. And as the Sword and Shield sets continue to sell out on Pokemon Center, we're seeing cards other than alternate arts raising in value. So in today's video, let's take a look at the Trainer Gallery subset and determine what the highest value cards are and how they're going to climb in the future. What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. As mentioned, today we're talking about the Sword and Shield Trainer Gallery. That's Brilliant Stars, Astral Radiance, Lost Origin, and Silver Tempest. In the last couple weeks, we're starting to see some of these cards take off, following suit as the sets have sold out on the Pokemon Center. So to get right into it, let's jump in at the 10th most expensive card in the Trainer Gallery. Alright, so number 10, we're looking at the Mimikyu Vmax from Brilliant Stars. Now, I know a lot of people think Lost Origin has the best Trainer Gallery, but as of now, Brilliant Stars has a lot of cards in the top 10. This Mimikyu Vmax, $14.61, not super expensive, but it's kind of maintained a good value of over $10 since release. There are a lot of Mimikyu fans out there. I think this card will continue to rise, especially with the Mimikyu V. There aren't a lot of good V and Vmax Trainer Gallery cards out there. In fact, there aren't a lot of them that hold too much value to begin with. Most of the Trainer Gallery is in that like $3 to $5 range. Probably 80% of it is under $10 altogether. Mimikyu Vmax coming in number 10 at $14.61. I think it'll continue to climb. Brilliant Stars is sold out. Everything is going up across the board with that set. We'll have to see how it goes throughout the rest of 2024. Alright, coming in at number 9 is the Sylveon V from Brilliant Stars. Sylveon V is sitting at $26.76 right now. This card was pretty steady at about $10, $15 for quite a while, but since Brilliant Stars is sold out, it grew about $10 in a week from about $15 to $26. I think it might continue growing a bit. Looking at the graph, it's going up a little bit. It hasn't really leveled out or dipped at all. I don't know if this card will go up a ton. I don't know if I ever see it hitting like $50. Maybe like long term once the dust has settled with the Sword and Shield era. Value is kind of all over the place. Some cards are like peaking and just spiking like crazy. Some cards are dipping a little bit. For the most part, a lot of these later block Sword and Shield cards are climbing in value because pretty much everything is sold out on Pokemon Center. You're not going to be finding Brilliant Stars or Lost Origin booster boxes, and you're going to see how that's affecting the price of all these Trainer Gallery cards coming up in this video. So number 9, Sylveon. I think it'll go up a bit more, but I don't think this is going to be one of those cards that is like peaking $100, potentially ever. Next up, jumping to Lost Origin at number 8, we have the Pikachu V. Pikachu V is sitting just shy of $31. This is an awesome card. It's one I pulled, luckily. I still need the Vmax. Probably going to pick it up sooner than later because it's a little higher up on this list. But Pikachu V actually dipped throughout the year. It's pretty much at its one-year high right now. But this time last year, it was about $30. Dipped throughout the year to a low of $19. And since Lost Origin sold out the other week, it spiked up pretty steep. It went straight from like $20 to $30 in a week. I don't know if this will continue to climb. I think it's a really nice card, to be honest. I think it has a lot of potential. Number 8 on the list, I think it'll go a little bit higher. We'll have to wait and see though. Red with Pikachu is great. I think the Vmax is better, which is why it's higher on the list. But this is a great card. It's one of the best from, not just Lost Origin, but the entire Sword and Shield block for sure. At least that Trainer Gallery portion of the set. From there, hopping into number 7, we have Sylveon Vmax, a little bit further ahead than the Sylveon V. Again, Brilliant Stars coming in with the heat. This card is sitting at $32.89, almost $33. I think it's going to go up. We're going to see it hit $35 within the next couple weeks for sure. Again, since Brilliant Stars sold out, this card has climbed about $14 in value. It doesn't show any signs of slowing down right now. It's going to continue going. It's a great one. I picked this up for a steal somewhat recently. I think I paid 20 Canadian for it, so that's really good. I mean, that's probably less than half of what it's going for right now. Really glad I picked it up when I did back in January. The rest of these Trainer Gallery cards are going to be a little trickier to get. I still need the Sylveon V. I still need pretty much everything from Astral Radiance. But Sylveon Vmax, this is an awesome card. It looks great in person. Maybe one of the prettiest Trainer Gallery cards that we got. And it's sitting strong at number 7. It's going to continue going up though. We'll see if it can pass any cards and make it into the top 5 by the end of the year. Next up, number 6, we got the Garchomp from Astral Radiance. The first Astral Radiance card on this list so far. This is a great card. It's got Cynthia in the foreground with Garchomp in the back. Again, steady growth. A lot of these cards haven't really shown any signs of slowing down. Since selling out, they're all climbing. This card went from 20 bucks to sitting just north of 35 right now. Incredible. Astral Radiance was a set I totally ignored. I didn't pick up any of these Trainer Gallery cards from this set. The yellow border ones, sure, they're pretty cheap. But the Vs and Vmaxes and Full Arts, haven't really touched. Need to pick this up for the binder. It's a great looking card. Honestly, probably one of the better Garchomps. It's way better than the SIR Garchomp we got recently. And yeah, steadily climbing. In the last 3 months, it's up like 70%. It was very steady at about $20, give or take a couple bucks throughout the entire year. And back end of April, it just spiked up, went up $15 over the course of a week or two. And it's kind of stayed steady here at 35. Long term, will it go up anymore? I could see it going up. Like Astral Radiance is somewhat of a lackluster set, so I think the Trainer Gallery cards are going to hold a little bit more value, at least these top couple like Garchomp and Starmie, which we'll see later on in the video. Alright, number 5. Number 5 is one of my favorite Trainer Gallery cards, a card I've been trying to pick up, looking for a good deal on it, but it's a little tricky to find, and that is one of the only good cards from Silver Tempest, the Rayquaza Vmax. Currently, this card is going for about $45. I think you can still get good deals on this card specifically because Silver Tempest is still out and about a little more than the other Trainer Gallery sets. But this Rayquaza card, I think it's going to maybe grow a little more. 5th place is pretty good. It's the second best card in Silver Tempest. Will it go up more? I think it will long term. I could see it reaching like $50 sooner than later. In my opinion, it's better than the Rayquaza V alternate art. Not nearly as good as the Vmax alternate art, but I think it's the second best Rayquaza that we have in the Sword and Shield era, and it's definitely a nice one. I think it's great in anyone's collection. It's a card I would pick up sooner than later if you want it. Over the course of the last year, it's been going for between like $25 and $35, but right now it's been spiking up. It's grown about 55% in the last month, and it's kind of just steadily growing. I don't think it'll dip much more if it does, so grab it while you can. Alright, and as we get later into this video, I don't know if you guys have been on TCG Player recently. It updated for me, and some of these cards I cannot see near mint price graphs. Here's a good example with the Umbreon. All I can see is lightly played, so I won't be talking about the price graph too much. I don't know how to access a near mint one. We can look at the lightly played graph just for kind of the trend of everything, how we think it relays to the mint copy. But right now, Umbreon V from Brilliant Stars, another Brilliant Stars hit, coming in at $48.50. This card is honestly just shy of the top 3, and I think it will hit the top 3 in the next week or two. We've seen it grow, of course, of course. I don't have to keep repeating myself. Once everything sold out at Pokemon Center, everything started going up in value. This card is awesome. I've had it in my collection for quite a while. I was hoping to collect a couple more, pick up a few other Umbreons and Umbreon Vmaxes, but as we'll see with the Umbreon Vmax, some of these cards are going up pretty steadily in value. The Umbreon's no exception, with the rise in popularity of Umbreon, and Umbreon hasn't settled down. It's been steadily growing. I don't know how. I expected it to, when it was hitting $800, I expected it to back off to $500 and kind of maintain $500-$600. Hitting $1,000 for a raw copy is insane. The PSA 10 copy, I think it's going for over $1,500 or $1,750 Canadian or something crazy right now. Ridiculous. Like this card, the Umbreon, costs more than my first car. That's insane for one random card. Can't believe I pulled it still. I'm still in shock whenever I look at it on my wall here. But all the other Umbreons are kind of following suit because of this. Umbreon V from the Trainer Gallery, amazing card, sitting at number 4. It's gonna go higher, right? $48.50. It'll easily hit $50. I think it'll continue up to, $60-$70 by the end of the year. All right, number 3. Just beating Umbreon by like 50 cents, you're looking at the Pikachu Vmax from Lost Origin. This card has actually backed off a little bit. It hit $50 about a week ago and has kind of steadily dropped down to like $48, $47. This is one of my favorite Trainer Gallery cards. It looks awesome. With Vivid Voltage, the Rainbow Chunky was like huge. Everyone wanted to pull it when that set came out, and that was when it was hard to get cards. That card had some insane value. I ripped a lot of Vivid Voltage trying to find that thing. Never did. But I think the artwork on this card is way better. I mean, of course, would you want like a big Rainbow Pikachu, or would you want this crazy looking Rainbow Pikachu with its lightning storm around it and red just standing there like a badass in the foreground? This is the card that you would want if you're a Pikachu collector. Probably the best from the Sword and Shield era. Sitting at number 3, like I said, I think Umbreon will take over. It'll pass this card in the next couple weeks, but this card is going to stay in the top 5 long term. It's an amazing card. Still one I need to pick up for the binder, and we'll see. Maybe I can find one for a good price at some of these card shows coming up in the summer. Number 2, we got, what, is this the second best card in Astral Radiance? The Sylveon V. I think this card is, popular because it's featuring Misty. It's a really cool card though. It kind of pulls at the nostalgia strings watching the anime back in the day, Misty and her Starmie. Starmie's a cool Pokemon, great concept. I feel like there hasn't been a ton of super cool Starmie cards. And this one's great. It's the second most expensive trainer gallery card. Surprisingly, it's been very steady. It's actually been going up in value. Right now, going for $57.30. Insane. I think it's going to keep going. I could see this one being like a $75 card at some point soon. It hasn't really grown too much over the last few months. Again, this is another one I don't really have a price graph of. TCG players only letting me look at moderately played and heavily played, which we don't see any movement on because who are purposely picking up those copies? I don't know. It has sold at near mint for $70 and $47. So I think that $57 median is pretty solid. I'd imagine it's going up. I was seeing it going for, 55, 60 Canadian a while ago, and now it's going for more than that in USD. I think it'll continue to grow. This card is going to stay in the top 3 long term. I don't know if it'll ever be number 1 because, as you know, there's an Umbreon Vmax in this list. Very good contender to sit in the top 3 indefinitely. All right, next up, the Umbreon Vmax. This is another card I'm super glad I picked up when I did back in January. This card is insane right now. It's gone up a ton in the last few months. It's sitting just north of $60, 60 and some odd cents. It's up 180% in the last year. I picked it up back in January for, what did I pay? 36 Canadian, probably like, $20, $25. And now it's going for 60. I was looking at this a couple weeks ago, back when it was still $20. It was at its like 1 year low at the end of March. And now in the beginning of May, it's sitting at an all-time high by far, $60 for this trainer gallery card. Super stoked I picked it up when I did. I considered buying a few copies of it. Wish I did, but the ship has kind of sailed. If it drops, which it very well could, I don't think it'll drop a lot. Maybe $50. The days of seeing this card sub 50 or around $20 are gone. This card won't drop anymore. It's a great card, and I think it's part of what makes Brilliant Stars one of the greatest sets, right? Brilliant Stars trainer gallery. It has 5 cards on this list: Umbreon Vmax, Umbreon, Sylveon Vmax, Sylveon, and Mimikyu Vmax. Mimikyu V was not far behind. It's like, I think it was 11 or 12 on the list as well. The trainer gallery from Brilliant Stars is really strong. Very iconic Pokemon. It also has a lot of Charizards, so I think this set really caters to a lot of different collectors. If you like Charizard, if you like EVs, you're going to get something that you like in this set. And I think Brilliant Stars is it's going to be a great one to go back and open years down the line. Alright guys, so that's really it for today's video. Just wanted to switch it up from alternate arts. I know I've been talking a lot about alt arts. I know a lot of people have, just because it's an exciting part of the hobby right now. I've been collecting a lot of them, but I've also been casually picking up trainer gallery cards for a personal binder I'm building. I'll get a few copies here and there if I get them for a great price on eBay. And since we've seen so much movement on these over the last couple weeks, I wanted to showcase it. So guys, today let me know in the comments below, what is your favorite card from this top 10 list? And what do you think, even if it's not on the top 10 list, what do you think is the best trainer gallery card from the Sword and Shield block? We're not talking Crown Zenith, just Brilliant Stars, Astral Radiance, Lost Origin, and Silver Tempest. Let me know. Does Umbreon belong at the top? Does Starmie belong at the top? Maybe Rayquaza? Who knows? It could be, the regular Pikachu V. Alright, that's it. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.